It's new, informative, engaging, educational, empowering, and more.
Successful Living with Reginald Campbell.
You're listening to Successful Living with Reginald Campbell.
My call, not your call. I said, don't do that. You took me out my window. Follow me. The question becomes, and the reason that I have to teach this class, is we have generations that are doing them. Now when the parents are not able, how then do you carry yourself? The earlier you begin to carry yourself, the more sustainability you will have for yourself, and a greater support you will be there for your parents when they need you. We have children and people who are stepping out because they have never been confronted with responsibility. And I question, when do we start teaching our young kids responsibility? Because you're investing what you want to invest in. I have no problem in the world with that. What I'm concerned about, to be stable, is right now we have a multitude of generations going back home and living with their parents because they cannot handle the stress, the finances of doing it. And one of the biggest problems is they're still doing them. And when you do you, you don't do your future. Come on up, because I'm going to start changing some things on Sunday. I want you to get a closer seat. I don't want nobody sitting on the back row. We ain't got enough people to be on the back row. So come on up, get your front seat. So what should happen, and this is the parents as well, is by the time, first of all, kids need to start learning how to save at the age of 5 years old. They should have a savings account in their name. Right? And when you reach your age, now you should be breaking into responsibilities. Not like the conversation I had with the Brainiac that has a successful aunt that's going to buy donuts for $3. One donut for $3.26. Now I know this is old, and I know we lie, but this is how I roll. When I was that age, I could get a whole box of donuts for 99 cents. And she's bragging. And here's what she said. This is what she said. It wasn't my money, it was her money. See, what I say to you as a young man and a person of color and a young man who hopefully will get married and be responsible, if you're not taught responsibility now, you will struggle later. That's why there's so many kids going back home. Mom, Dad, I can't handle this pressure, because they have been doing what they want. Because each generation, they try to make it better for the kids. So we ease the responsibility. Now, let me say something. I know that people go beef and say this and they want to. I heard a person give their kid a car, a Mercedes, to go to high school. Yeah, at 16 had a brand new Mercedes. I'm not mad about that, because you bought that. How can they keep that up? And they may not be able to do that. So what I'm saying, at your age, you should be giving allowance to your parents for living in their house. You should be giving an allowance to your mother for washing your clothes. When you get on your own, there's nobody going to wash your clothes. No one's going to pay your insurance. Right now, if you get on your parents' insurance, you $25,000 to $3,000, so you said it's $250 a month. If you're putting $250 a month, they're still taking $250 out of their budget to take care of you. And that's nice and wonderful if you have those kind of parents. The problem is when you get on your own, and the lowest is, say a lot. Now this is why I got mics. Come on, get the mic. It does what?
Mm-hmm. Hit you like a load of bricks.
That's where we have to soften the blow. I believe in all the new age and the new technology, but there's some fundamental principles as a man to a man who's raising a man. You should be giving, because if you don't give back now, when will you learn how to give back? wish I had a camera on you.
I
Could
would
this-
change that word to give
Uh-huh.
to provide.
Yeah. Yeah, when do you, because as a man and as a husband, you are supposed to be a provider. If you are still the target and the center of attention on you, you won't accept blessing. This is why we have a lot of fathers who do not take care of their children, whether they are married or unmarried, because all the attention their whole life has been on them. You see what I'm saying? Look, what's that brand? You got your glasses? He got Gucci. Where my glasses? Oh, Lord. No. I got my Ray-Bans out of Europe on sale for $8. I have a pair of glasses. These are hand-me. Okay, but no, the glasses. So this is what I'm saying is if we don't learn responsibility. So my question becomes to parents and those that are watching throughout the world, when do we start teaching that responsibility? Now, I sit back and watch and study the globe. And there are certain ethnicity groups and cultures that starts a saving before conception for the kingdom. They start a college fund before conception. They have a plan to come to America before conception. The people in America don't necessarily have a plan for the day, let alone tomorrow. See, the earlier you start with responsibility, and some people would call it pressure, and some people would call it making choices, the more stable you're going to be when you're in your 20s. If you have no responsibility now. Now, I know people say I'm old. I'm 62. I'm thankful I could have been dead, locked up a long time ago. But I'm still here. I had to give part of, my parents would give you one bill in the house. Now, here's what. Let me give you the four-story. Some parents take the money and keep the money and give it back to you on your wedding to teach you responsibility. My challenge is, where, at what age do we start? Because there is a custom that there are some people that take their kids on their 5th birthday to the bank and open up a savings account, and they never can touch the money until they're ready to retire. So how I would say to you, I'm proud of what you're doing, but there's a certain responsibility that you're going to have to embrace. And if everything's is centered around you, when do you become a provider? Because I know where you live. I know what you drive. I see what you got out there. I'm not mad at you. I want you to know how to handle it. So then when you do decide to have a bride, you are financially stable and you know how to give and provide without the addition of leaning on your parents. Does that make sense? I put clothes on my back from the age of 7 years old. At 11, I didn't know about Ubers, but I paid my mother to take me and my little date to the Pizza Hut. Yes, y'all can laugh, it's okay. Yes, back then that was a big time if you could go to the Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut was big time back in the day. And my mom dropped me and my little date off at the Pizza Hut, and I had my little money to get our little 6-inch pizza and sit there and drink Pepsi Cola at the Pizza Hut. Got a question?
I wish it was like that nowadays. Like, some of these girls want you to take them to 5-star restaurants for their first date. It's crazy.
Well, it's nothing wrong with going, but see, here's my whole point. What I'm trying to teach you is what a lot of young men did not get, and now they won't listen. The earlier you start to be independent, the more stable you will be in your future. And you're absolutely right. And let me say something to you to give you credit. That's why when my daughters were coming along, we used to have a place here called Stack's Peppermint. I took my daughters there because I didn't want some guy to come along and show them something flashy and fancy. And then, ooh, I ain't never had 3 parts on the table. You know, I wanted them to be exposed to it. Many times the reason people want now to go there is so they can take pictures but you're the one that's got to carry the bill. And I say this to people, if it can't help you make money, leave it where it's at. Does that make sense? So, now let's get into the class and welcome everybody this year. Here is the thing, and that's why I wanted to go live. Everything else has your money but your future. In life, money and knowledge must be in harmony. That's why I took the time to talk to you. It has to, see, your wants, and if they're not pruned and sharpened down, it will always be about you. And so to be a husband and to be a responsible father, everything is supposed to be taken care of before you. I mean, man to man.
You're the last one to get anything in the house.
If you are a real provider, if your bills aren't paid and you're spending money on your car and putting new types of brakes and new types of rims and tinting your windows, your house is going to be in crumbles because your focus is not there. And this is why the topic tonight is, and thank all those in the media team, in life, money and knowledge must be in harmony. This is why I was saying, see, when I came along, you could go to Krispy Kreme and get a box of donuts for 99 cents. Now, my brainiac is saying she had one donut, and here's the excuse: it was big.
You can get a bigger one at Costco.
Okay. So you see the paradox. There's so many options. Like the $3.26 that she's talking about in 1970, you could have filled your entire vehicle for $3.26.
Inflation.
Yes, inflation, but also the changing of cultures and the cost of living. So here's the thing. Here's what I want you to write for those that are writing. Many are willing to receive, but never listen to learn how to produce. And that's what I was saying to you. I'm happy that you want to go to college and you want to be a video designer, but it comes a time, and this is a word I'm quite sure your father will tell you, you have to earn your way. You have to earn your way. That, as a male, makes you more stable, and it broadens your shoulders. So you just don't look good. You're able to think and well as function good. See, many people are willing to receive. So your parents are at a good place in life, but for you to be at a better place, you have to learn how to give back. And when you start giving back, what it does is it sets off a mechanism mentally of being responsible, so your decision process becomes better. Here's the thing. Here's where most people are in trouble. They want to blame everything else. All right? Inflation and the cost of living is not going down. It will make a correction, but it's not going down. All right? Right now, statistical data talks about buying a home. Right now, they say at the Greenville market, homes are priced over $65,000 above what they should. And they talk about other counties that, you know, homes at $35,000, $40,000, like a home should be $229. It's running around $285 and $310. Okay? So now, here's the problem though. You need it, but you got to learn in order to produce. The only way you can offset these things is to become a producer with multiple streams of income in order to be able to stay afloat for now and the future. The average paycheck cannot handle the average responsibilities in a home now. If you would just take this note and read between the lines, see how many people and look at their ethnicity that have trucks and trailers behind them, and then look at others and see how many of them have fancy cars and no trailer. See, those people who are driving trucks and those people who have trailers behind their truck are going to a job, getting finished with that job, and going to work for themselves. The problem with the person that's sometimes just driving a single vehicle is they're trying to live like the person who has a third income and a fourth income on one income. Am I right?
That's right.
So here's the thing. Receiving doesn't mean you have the answer. Come on, that's why I put mics out. Ask me, what does it mean? Receiving doesn't mean you have the answer.
What does that mean?
See, many times people want you to go the extra mile for them, but they never go one step for themselves. And when you go the extra mile for them, they never come back to you when you have given, gave freely, and say, hey, what can I do for you? Because you, let's just take this, you provided 12 things for me. So what comes back to the giver? So because you have received it, you have to be a better steward over what you give and what you share. And that's what I say. Many people, because if you're giving to someone, now watch this, they must be in a position to produce or produce it. Let me tell you why. If nothing is sown, if they don't have a field or schooling or education or have something, so when you plant into them, if all they do is consume, you just wasted your gift. Can I make it plain? You have a car. Your friend doesn't have a car. You're on your parents' insurance. Doesn't matter if it's paid for or not paid for. You loan the car to your friend. Yeah, you should. See, this is why I had Carol. I like to see the face. No, it's coming. Tell him that pressure will come. Let me drive your car while you in school. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go pick up my friend. I wish you would. Ooh, you talk about boo boo. But no, let me finish. So what happens is, it would be different if your friend's car was in the shop and you gave him a ride. The difference is you're giving a person something they can't provide for themselves. So if they can't provide for themselves, they don't understand the responsibility of it. You see what I'm saying? So you gave them your car to drive. They went to Texas.
Hitman.
Well, we can't do that in church. But this is what I'm saying. So when you start to give to someone, make sure they're doing what they say they were going to do before you give it. Because many times you're given, and the person, it creates an atmosphere where they expect for you to give it. Come on.
All the time.
And again, and again, and again.
And again.
And so you have now become their supplier, but they haven't yet produced anything. No, it's not. But see, what it does is it weighs on your emotions. And people make you feel obligated to carry them. If they don't have a field, why would you give them seeds? If they're not in business, why would you do business with them? Am I making sense? Mm-hmm. See, receiving many times, and let me help the receiver out, is really a temporary situation. Think about it. Ask me. You got a question? Ask me. Because what you've received, you can't produce. If you can't produce it, it's temporary. I said, like a miracle and a seed. A seed will reproduce. A miracle comes every now and then, and it comes in the by and by. And some people are still waiting for a sign and a miracle. If you sow, you have something to look forward to and maintain until it produces. Am I right?
That's correct.
All right. So now here's the thing. Receiving many times is just a temporary situation. Here's the writer. Here's the one that I hope gathers this and move forward. Productivity equals yields. Mastering the process equals a higher yield. Now watch this. We all have challenges. Too many people have pulled on people who already have a full wagon to carry them. Here's what has to happen. Sometimes you can't carry them. Come on, ask the question. Ask me why.
Why can't you carry him?
because they haven't learned from the experience of failing. And if you pitch in and bail them out, you've just, come on, talk to them.
You created a dependency that they...
You created a codependency that they're not going to try to figure it out the next time. They're going to come back
again
to you to solve a problem that they haven't learned how to solve for themselves. Yes. And here's what it does. We're almost done. It takes the advantage of you and the opportunities to build your future and not yourself. You know what happens?
What happens?
Many times when you're building yourself, it's only a fleeting moment. When you build your future will take care of you when you can't even get in that moment. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
See, many people are caught up in the moment. Like you were saying, you know, you got this game and you went and got the next level and you're going to learn. Okay, that's great. But also, as a leader and as a man, I have to now give you information that I couldn't give you when you were 13. That now here comes the earning of responsibility. And what it does is when you start handling your end of your responsibility, you are cutting the mental umbilical cord from your parents. And now you're becoming sustainable and building up equity in your resources and your confidence. Yes, sir.
How do you get information about leadership?
Google it. Yes. Come on, sir.
So for someone that's just hearing this and getting this, how do they get out of self and get in the future?
Can I be honest with you? You don't get out of self by just hearing this broadcast. You get out of self by aligning yourself with not only Successful Living with Reginald Campbell, but you align yourself with the House of Reconciliation, because this is just scratching the surface of the information you're going to need. The problem is people look at levels of ministry like this like a donut shop. You come in and get something sweet and you leave. If you want to do it, and ask that question again, you have to become in fellowship. You have to look at the previous broadcast. I don't think I've ever put up a broadcast that didn't have better and greater information in it. And then the next broadcast brought another level of greater information. I'm not a feel-good kind of person. I'm a get better and stand on your own kind of person. I don't look for warriors. I become a warrior and teach you how to be a warrior. Because if everybody get killed in your camp and you've never learned how to pray, how are you going to fight? So we have to have a fellowship, a communion. It can't be, oh, wow, I got this. You've got this. You scratched the surface. You took the plastic off, but you haven't opened the cap. Next question, what you got? So that's how. So a lot of people who watch and they get stuff, you have to feel. It's like nothing when South Carolina played, who did they play? Was it LSU? When they were playing at the Bonchacourt Center? It was LSU. It was an SEC championship. We had a couple friends who went, and they said you could not.
That's why we beat Tennessee in the national championship.
Yeah, Tennessee. Yes, to play for what was it, Sunday? They said you could not explain the energy in that building. When you come to this broadcast and you be a part of this broadcast and you sit in person, you can't explain the energy and intensity, because when you watch it, it is dulled down and it's boxed in. When you are part of it and you feel it and you feel attached to it, you don't question if it's talking to you. You're getting answers that you never asked. So this is why people...
A better or a higher level of revelation.
Yes, it's a higher level. Yes. I am never here to tickle your fancy or to stroke your ego. I'm here to prepare you for what's coming so you can handle it. Men to be men and women to learn their independence and learn how to support, and men learn how to support. I'm about harmony. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So when you are productive, paying is not being productive. Paying is receiving. Planting is what yields greater than paying. So when we have these challenges, never hang your head. Figure out how to learn from the experience. This is why I tell people, I'm quite sure you've heard this term, zero budgeting. Every month you should go back to zero budgeting. Because what you're going to pay for this month is some things you didn't pay for last month. And if you have last month budget, you're going to blow that budget because, first of all, most folks don't have a budget. Okay? You just get paid and pay bills. And hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, I paid the bill. But you didn't grow your space. Okay? Take advantage of opportunities to build your future and not yourself. And this is going to get a little thick. We got about 6 minutes together. Number one, if it's given. Do you know what the interpretation of that is? If it's given, madam, it will be eaten or spent. That's why you went out there and paid and got that $3.26 donut. I don't even have $3.26. See that? Then I'm gonna keep my car.
Would you say that's a good reason why they gave out those stimulus checks?
Yes, they knew you were gonna spend it. See, when people get their taxes, they spend them. Now, let me teach you something. It's a difference in spending and paying off bills. If they would have taken that stimulus check and paid off bills, they would have a freer cash flow now. They gave you a check to tax you more and for you to give them their money back with interest. Yes. If it's given, it will be eaten or spent. Now watch this. If it's sown or saved, it will grow. Question? So we got the PhD people in here. So, they got to think in the philosophy of the PhD world. Now, I don't know. If it's sown.
Okay, God, then.
If it's sown or saved.
But saving is a little yield of return.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. See, here's the philosophy. In context, here's what they're teaching now. They're teaching people not to save. Saving is your safety zone. They're teaching people to take your money and put it in all these risky things. All right?
Yes.
All right, so now you have no fallback.
That's right.
Your saving is your fallback. If they tell you, you're not making any money, you're only getting 3% or 2% on your savings, let me go make you some money. They're not going to be with you when your mortgage is due.
They're not going to be with you when that investment turns south.
Yes, they gone.
Yeah.
They've got their commission, and they gone.
They're going to be gone after the investment.
That's right. So now you're looking at a piece of paper, and all of a sudden you can't log in anymore. If it's sown, which means, and I'm going to break this out to you, if it's sown, there's some things you have to sow and reap later. But you need to know the value of what you're sowing. I don't care. I hear it all the time. I read anywhere from 12 to 15 articles now. I was up to 8, 9 a night. And I hear this theory of don't save, put your money, let your money go to work. Don't save. I became a millionaire because of this. Listen, you're going to have some level of savings. Whether it's under the mattress, whether it's in a safe deposit box. Do not stand out there with one pair of underwear and expect not to have an accident. Okay, it's just not going to happen. They're going to take your money and they're gone. Now, listen to this real careful, the next one. Consuming is feeding an endless pit. When you have people and you yourself And when you awaken that consuming person in you, okay, it's feeding an endless pit. Do I know? Yes, because it can never be satisfied. You ever had friends, no matter what you do for them and what you have done for them, they want more. That's an endless pit. They're a consumer. They're a leech. They're drained. They always have a new story. If you could just help me this time.
I got broke again.
Yes, I got broke again. And it becomes their decision. Consuming is feeding an endless pit. How many times, how many pair of shoes do you have in the closet that's almost identical? How many suits? I was so bad, I was going to K&G in Atlanta, and I bought 3 suits that was the same suit. And had tags on the other ones that I hadn't worn. But I saw it, I liked it, I bought it again, and I took them all back. Consuming is feeding an endless pit. It's what now?
A person that continues to consume.
Yes. Here's what happens. This is for the one who can get it. I know somebody's lips are probably hot, you ticked off, and it's okay. The truth ain't gonna change. Write this down, do it, and pray on it. Sowing and sowing leads to a massive harvest. Never stop sowing. Sow in good soil. When you do you, that's the end of the story. Do your future so your money can take care of you when you can't take care of yourself. You got good young needs right now. Keep living. You're going to be in the line for a knee replacement. You're 16. You had good eyes. Now you're wearing glasses.
It was a genetic thing.
But it don't matter. Sow and sow, and sowing leads to massive harvest. Now here's going to be tight. Budget. Number 1, yourself. Discipline. You wish you wouldn't have come in right now. I saw her, somebody's neck went like this. Oh, man, I should have waited in the car. Right? Budget. Yourself. Discipline. Number 2, your children should learn how to start budgeting at the age of 5 with a savings account. Teach them early, you won't have to shoot them later. There are kids that's robbing their parents and coming back to the house and, oh, y'all better go look. You need to go look. They are coming back. I'm not leaving. There are parents literally had to call the police to get their children out of their house. Now, and you're going to be one of them. We're going to put some firecrackers in your pocket. Children need to learn how to start saving at 5. Teach your nieces, your nephews, and your grandchildren about saving. Many sustainable investing companies will not even let you invest if you don't have a savings account. They will not let you invest if you don't have a savings account. Now ask me why.
Why?
Because when you need money, and you're going to mess up the numbers. If you have a savings account, you have something to rebound with, and you don't have to touch your investments. Number 3, budget everything. Everything. What's with the face? Come on. We have an open discussion.
Everything means bonuses.
Yes.
Bonuses.
Yes.
Raises.
Yes. See here, let me can I say something to you? There are certain, and this is a group, no, keep the mic. And a man died, and he told me this before he died. He said, you don't get a raise. Your investments get a raise. So when you get a raise, you direct that increase to your investments. When you get a bonus, you take 2% for you and the family, 1% for the family, 1% for you, and the rest go into investments. The same man who said that died at the age of 43, and he left his family in great shape. His son now is getting ready to go to Clemson. He was a grad of Clemson because he taught in his kids, you don't take the raise. What you do is you continue to trim the budget that now your paycheck is free for you. And your investments continue to work. Everything, bonuses, everything. The Bible says, honor the Lord with all thy increase and first fruit. See, we don't honor the Lord. We just come to God. Somebody said something to me, and they said something to me, and I said, well, no, here's what you don't understand. You want me, because I am a pastor, you want me to pray for you to become a millionaire, pray for you to get that house, pray for you to get that car, pray for you to have all these bonuses and these blessings, and you want to see me pushing a cart down the street and living and barely can make it. And here's the truth. The Lord only asks for 1 penny out of every dime. But your carnality tells you, oh, the preacher don't have, preacher got this, and the preacher got that, and the preacher got that. No. Because as soon as somebody dies, you expect for me to drop what I'm doing and where I'm at and be there for you and your family. And come by your house 5 times before the funeral. Hello? Do all that, and you're going to pat me on the back and tell me God bless you. I like to see a check from God. Because if you expect for me to get my check from God, I want you to get your check from God. You only ask for a penny. I have no problem talking about money. If you mad, well, oh well. All right? Budget, everything. Are we good with that? All right, now, I'm going to give you 2 things, and then real quick, unless you got a question. The first one is good debt. Good debt. Good debt is becoming an investor. Good debt is a savings account. Your savings should be budgeted every week or every month. Good debt, houses. Good debt, stocks. Quit lying to yourself and talking about, oh man, the stock market, I can't put my money, I'm losing money. You're losing money by living. You're losing money when you buy toilet paper. The stock market is like a tree. It will go up, it will go down, leaves will fall, and leaves will grow. And if you didn't need that money on that day, then you didn't lose any money on that day. That's your ego that got bruised. Number 5, on good debt, entrepreneurship. Everybody should have some level of entrepreneurship, even if it's only selling fans. You should learn how to create multiple streams of income. Number 6, education. Why would a company invest in you when you won't invest in you? You quit your investment in the 8th or 9th or 10th grade or 12th grade, and now you want somebody to pay you like somebody who have college loans. I wish somebody would say something. You want to be my boss with no education, no nothing, didn't go to college. I got student loans, house payment, mortgage, a kid sleeping around with adult streaks in their underwear, and you expect to be my boss. Not going to happen on my watch. Everybody got an education, say yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then they're going to use your mind to stay in a position that they can't fulfill.
Come on, man.
That's right, that's right.
Let's go.
Number 7, become a landlord. Number 8, invest in more than you. Pick up some art. Good debt. Don't buy nothing, and it ain't going to increase in value. Art and antiques. All right, that's good debt. Anybody want to add anything to good debt? Because y'all don't want the bad debt list, because we're going to close out here. We got 9 bad debt things. Anybody got anything want to add to good debt? Anybody else want to say anything about it? Because see, sometimes people say, well, why would you go do that? I'm trying to be free. Free makes you spend more money. You have to invest to make money. You can't be rich and do nothing. Back in, I think it was in the 60s or the 70s, the average home income between husband and wife was $3,226.74. See if you can live off of that now. Most of the time, that ain't enough to pay your mortgage. All right? Is that all for good debt?
Intellectual property.
Intellectual property. Explain that. Because most people are not intellectual. Come on. Help us out.
So patents, ideas.
Yes.
Content.
Yes. Yes.
Trademark.
Trademark. Yes.
Copyrights.
Yes. Try to steal successful living if you want to.
Copyrights.
Copyrights. Yes. Say that again. Give it the word again.
Intellectual property.
Intellectual properties. Okay. Now, bad debt. For the writers, bad debt. Nothing that brings a return higher than the value you paid.
Yeah.
That's bad debt. Nothing that brings your return higher than what you paid for. There you go. Come on.
Well, that's includes
Cars.
Cars, trucks, planes,
jewelry.
motorcycles.
Yes. Nothing that brings your return greater than the higher than the value that you paid for. Number 2, credit cards. Bad debt.
Credit.
Sat down with the financial advisor and he said you should pay your credit cards off every 30 days. Come on.
You should have credit cards.
Yeah.
They should have zero balance.
Yes, and you should pay them off every 30 days. Yeah. If you get rid of a credit card, it decreases your credit value, which will affect your credit score. Credit cards is bad debt. That's why I said if you have a credit card, you should work to pay it off every 30 days.
How is it bad then?
Because they don't add anything to you. And they charge you like 27 to 35% interest.
They use credit though.
You have to learn when to use credit and when not to use credit. Sometimes you can buy a 35, 45-day window. You know what I'm talking about. And you use and there's a difference in business credit and personal credit and loan credit.
You always have to have a plan using credit.
You have to have a plan using credit. Most people don't have it. And here's the whole point about credit cards. They only want you start getting in trouble if you use over 15%. So if you got a $10,000 credit card, they only want you to use how much?
So it negatively affects your credit score once you get over 30% of whatever your available credit is.
Okay.
So if it's $10,000 and you owe over $3,000, you start negatively affecting your credit score.
Yes. Yes. Clothes, yes. Clothes and accessories. Bad debt. Events.
Yo,
Say it again.
So you get some rebellion.
Go ahead, Donovan.
what's the word?
Event.
How is events bad then?
What does it return to you?
Yeah, because you can't.
No, I'm talking about these events where you're paying $500, $700 a ticket. But still, events. If it does not bring you, remember I said nothing that brings you a return higher than its value.
But you still have to enjoy life at the same time.
No. That comes out of your discretionary income. So that discretionary income becomes your foolish wallet. So if you want to go to an event where they're wrestling goats,
Yo,
there you go. You tie them up, yes. You come to my event, goat wrestling. And my mother said I told a man I trained monkeys in the forest. Yeah, with my helmet on. So now that's the thing I'm saying. See, it has to be an event that's gonna push you forward. And so bad debt is you didn't plan it. If you're going to go be foolish, that's why I was skeptical about putting vacations on here, because I knew there was probably going to be a fight.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yes.
You can plan.
Yes. You should never take a vacation on a credit card.
No,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
no.
You should never take a vacation and it didn't come from your discretionary income and it wasn't
Or your
planned.
budget.
Or your budget. Your vacations need to be budgeted. Oh, listen, now we got activity. About to be a fight up here. What we about to move further?
You called it out. You're the one who you said it was going to be a problem. Now it's a problem.
You said that already,
Your
right?
vacation, you should already have your vacation paid for.
Yes.
And any extra activities or things that you want, you have to have it in your budget
Yes.
before you go.
Yes. So you don't get trapped by, Daddy, give me a donut for $3.26. Just one donut.
Listen.
Number 7, jury.
Jury?
Jury.
Okay.
I hope jury is important.
But don't look back at people. I see people looking back at people. You kind of quiet. Your lips stuck. You got to go on.
I'm waiting for the explanation.
There's no explanation.
Because you don't elaborate. You gotta elaborate.
You know, if there is no, if it's not an antique that you received from your grandparents, quit buying. Now we're finna hit. Quit buying expensive bags and can't rub two nickels together. Quit buying fancy watches and paycheck to paycheck. Jurors.
Yo,
Continue.
Wait, are you
come on, man. Let's go.
I'm not saying
I'm trying to get to the pain.
Let's go.
it's okay to still treat yourself still.
And Lana, last question.
So,
If we find a good piece of jewelry and save it for our grandkids, is that still bad debt? Or is
which
that
one
more
will
of
give you a greater value? Investing the money and leaving the kids money, or buying some jewelry you can't find when you get old?
Well, that jury could, if it's a ruby,
Yeah.
if it's a ruby is per carat, $1 million per carat. Ruby is the most expensive jewelry. That yields your return. That's why you don't have any people in Hollywood with rubies. Not down here in South Carolina.
Where's South Carolina?
But you're buying the ones with rubies, so that what would the price be on the ruby jewelry?
If you save it and you wait for it to grow, yeah, it could.
Ruby grow is $1 million per carat. That's why a lot of people
How many of y'all got rubies?
not the average person.
All right, so jewelry, yeah, 'cause
At least nobody got rubies.
yeah, so I'm just saying, listen, you know,
Listen,
listen, don't kill the messenger. I'm saying, because jewelry, if you look at a lot of people who purchase this jewelry, it's in the pawn shop. $100,000, $75,000 earrings you lose on a basketball court,
Yeah.
$250,000 necklace,
That you misplaced.
and somebody yank it off on a football field,
Yeah.
Why you wearing
and you won't
Get
put a
you
roof
little
on your
Walmart
house?
chain.
Hmm?
Just get you a little Walmart chain. They can't tell you
No, I'm just saying jewelry.
to him?
No, I knew it was gonna get tough. Number 8.
We ain't done yet.
Yeah, we ain't done yet. We only got 2 more. Parties.
Parties.
I'm going to
There you go.
celebrate 6.
She said, I'm gonna let me lay this down right now.
I'm return my investment.
I'm celebrating my 6th.
I'm just saying, but you have to
No.
remember this comes from the budget.
Yeah.
When you say
See, I'm
party,
taking this personal.
are you
Let
saying
me go get my bag, because I think it might be some
are you saying unplanned parties?
parties, period.
Okay.
All right, let me ask you something. All the people that you invited to your cookout, how many of them brought what you put in your cookout?
Exactly.
They bring us
Thank you, exactly. You paid $600 for some nice meat. You did all this. You got a band. Oh, nice on you. Then you should have paid for your donut today.
We're not talking about
Remember the little kid? We're not talking about this. That's one of my friends. I love him to death. It was a guy, he had some challenges. And his sister, the guy would come by to pick him up for church. And he would drink a beer before he would go to church. And the guy would come by and pick him up, okay, let's go. And he had a couple challenges. And his sister would say, I don't know why you going to church drinking beer. And he would say, we not talking about that now, pumpkin. So, that's what you sound like.
Pumpkin?
Number 9, the request of others who put nothing in the pot.
Amen.
Okay, that was a good one. It's a good note to end on.
Amen. Little man.
Behind that one.
We're behind.
That guy.
The request of others who put nothing in the pot.
Come on, man. Let's pick this
So
up.
basically, you're saying we have to have hard conversations.
I had one with your son. Yeah. I'm excited about you getting your license, but you got a $250 bill a month to pay for your insurance.
Let's
So
pick
that
this
little
up,
place
man.
that you're working on, you need to be a good employee so you can get those hours. Then you done went out here and invested all this money in the game. Okay. See, that's what this generation do. That's why I have on here Zeners, Gen X, Millennials, Gen Y, and Gen X. In this group right here, they don't want to talk about us. They don't want to talk about it.
No, I can take accountability. I can.
Okay, then why do you pay for your donut? Why do you tell your aunt, hey aunt, I got it?
Oh, hold on.
Ooh.
I never said, hey, let's go to this place. I didn't bring up the idea. So if I didn't bring up the idea, or I didn't.
You just
say
don't reap the
anything-
benefit.
Basically, yeah.
All right, what did I say? Let me go back up here.
Millennials, Gen
It will be either eaten or spent. Does that help you? Okay, now you coming back. I'm glad you
Yeah.
slept in the car and you're awake in my class because y'all got me sweating up here.
Were you scared the fight's gonna break out or something?
Nah, I like good, healthy conversation. What you got?
I found a quote from Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Everyone that you fight is not your enemy, and anyone who you help is not your friend.
That's true.
That is really true.
People will take advantage of you. So back to your question, you can't get this in one lesson. You have to be a part of this. And as I talked to Brother Ray, I don't know if he's on this evening, he said, Pastor? I said, what Brother Ray, what Apostle Ray? He said, the truth, it hurt.
Yeah.
He said it stings. I am a leader that has no reason to manipulate your mind. That's why this month we're going to go back to lie to me, lie to me, lie to me. Too many people have lied to you, and sometimes we have lied to ourselves. I'm going to push you to get the best out of you. The best. That's our challenge. That you maximize who you are as a person and who you are in God, and you maximize the inheritance that your lineage has passed on to you. And if that causes me to lose some friends and some people over belonging, if that causes people to begrudge me, well, my brothers and sisters, I will begrudge. Because here's the thing I will tell you. I didn't give me this gift, but I'm going to give this gift to the world. God bless you. Deuces and peace out.
It's new, informative, engaging, educational, empowering, and more.
Successful living with Reginald Campbell.
You're listening to Successful Living with Reginald Campbell.